This summer for Game Pass, guys, is heating up in a big way. We have 15 new titles to check out this first half of July, with a lot more on the way to yet be announced. We're going to start this off with none other than Far Cry. This released some days ago, takes place in rural America, where you stand up to a deadly cult leader and his siblings. The cool part about Far Cry 5 is the pure enjoyment you're going to get out of the single player story, but you can also jump into two-player co-op. You can also build your character, and it's got a pure open world you're going to explore, and it has a lot of good mayhem that you can really cause. This is available on PC, console, and the cloud. Some other games that have launched today is the Yakuza series, starting with Yakuza 0. Here you play as Junior Yakuza Kiryu and Majima, who find themselves in a world of trouble when a simple debt collection goes wrong and their marks end up murdered. This takes place in Japan in the 1980s, and it has you switching up between different fighting styles. There's also apparently 100 stories you can discover throughout the game. Then we have Yakuza Kiwami, and this has you playing as Kazuma Kiri, who ends up taking the fall for a murder of a big crime boss, only to come out 10 years later from prison to a whole different world. This of course continues the awesome gameplay of Yakuza 0 and the series itself, and the cool thing about this title is it features enhanced gameplay and expanded cinematic story. They added a lot more nightlife spots, and they actually had the whole cast of this game re-record the audio and completely redo a lot of this title from the ground up to really match today's gaming standards. Finally, Yakuza Kiwami 2. Only here with this game, there's a huge all-out war between two rival Yakuza clans, but here you must try to attempt to broker the peace between them. And again, this title's engine was also rebuilt from the ground up, as 4K, unlocked frame rates, and pretty much an awesome action adventure experience between all three of these games. I do suggest playing Yakuza 0 to kind of get yourself familiarized with the franchise and work your way up, but I do guarantee you guys are going to enjoy these games, especially if you like fighting combat, a really fun and different type of story that you really don't see typically in games today. And all these games are going to be available on the cloud, console, and PC. Now, Celeste Crown of the Magister is a game that's been available on Game Pass for PC, but as of today, it's now available via the consoles as well. This is a turn-based tactical RPG based on the tabletop rule set of dice rolls. It also features a full online multiplayer co-op. Now, it has a full deep story where your choices matter and shape the story. So it's full of dynamic choices and unique dialogue every playthrough. You control 4 different heroes, all with unique skill sets, and when you beat the game, it's not over. You can still craft your own dungeons and share those with your friends to play with and extend your experience with the game. All right, next up we have Last Call BBS. This is a new retro style puzzle game that has you designing factories to produce food, assemble robot models, and doing a lot more. This one is going to be available via Game Pass on PC. Our next title, DJ Max Respect 5, is a rhythm game with over 150 unique tracks, exclusive music videos, and features a full competitive online mode. Now, the music spans across multiple genres from pop, rock, electronic, and jazz, and if you guys are a fan of rhythm games, I think this game could be up your alley. Our next game here is Match Point Tennis. This is a true-to-life tennis experience featuring a deep career mode, a big focus on realism with things like your positioning and aiming and authentic ball physics, also character animations. There's a pretty in-depth create a player mode. With that player that you make can actually face up to 16 real-life tennis stars, and there's just a lot more to dive into with this game. There's also a full co-op and online modes for competitive matches or playing with each other. This game is really set to have it all if you're a tennis fan, and you won't have to wait long for this one. Our next game, Road 96, is a full-on story-rich adventure title that has you playing back in 1996 as you hit the road and you try to flee the evil regime that exists in your country. On this road trip, you're going to meet a crazy cast of characters, discover their stories and secrets. Every single mile you travel is going to have you making choices, and those choices will shape your game and even the world around you. Since this game released late last year, it actually has received thousands of positive user reviews, features a Metacritic score of 79, so if you guys are into story adventures and the choices that you can make that affect the world and the gameplay permanently, this is a game that you'll definitely enjoy. Now, if you're looking for an alternative to Stardew Valley, you're going to have it with Garden Story. Here you're on an adventure to save the Grove, and in this game you can forage resources or go full combat, all the while restoring the community back to its glory. This game does have a full RPG experience, puzzles you're going to be solving, quests that you'll be taking on for the community, and of course you can do things like garden, gather resources, upgrade tools, rebuild structures. It's a very wholesome game that comes well liked, and it's going to be available on Game Pass on July 12th. Now our next game, Escape Academy, is all about you figuring out a dozen handcrafted rooms all designed by real-life experts in the field of escape rooms. With this game, you can play single or co-op, and yeah, you're going to be solving puzzles, hacking services, and doing a lot more as you go through multiple rooms. Now, a game that has taken up the gaming meme world by storm is headed to Game Pass in My Friend Peppa Pig. Probably, I have to say, the most exciting title on this list. You can create and dress your character and start a story based on Peppa's amazing suggestions. If you guys are a fan of the Peppa Pig series, or you have a little tyke at home who loves this, they will certainly get your attention when this game drops on Game Pass mid-July. So Overwhelm is a pixel action adventure platformer that has you outnumbered, low on ammunition, and trying to survive this action horror world where the enemies actually get the power-ups and you just have to find a way to survive. The combat is super fast, fluid, and if you get hit once, you end up dying, and you only have 3 deaths and the game is completely over. It's a hardcore experience, not meant to be easy, so if you like to suffer, Overwhelm's gonna be a game for you. And our next game on the list is Paw Patrol the Movie Adventure City Calls. This is a game in which you can choose different pups and use their unique high adrenaline abilities to take on rescue missions using next level gadgets, exploring locations from the movie, and this game does have it all for the little ones who really enjoy this series. It's an action adventure and it features the iconic Paw Patrol cast. This one's also set to hit mid-July. So our next game coming to Xbox Game Pass is PowerWash Simulator. Now it's interesting because this game was developed by Future Lab, but get this, it's published by Square Enix, and this game has you firing up your power washer and blasting away every dirt, grime, and thing you encounter in the game. We're talking vehicles that you can blast, trains, houses, even futuristic robots. The game is meant for like a different gameplay experience where you can be completely casual and just power wash your way through it. The game also does feature a full friendly online co-op that you can experience with someone else, or you can just hop into the career mode or simply just use the free play mode. If you guys think this is a silly game, you might actually be right, but get this, it comes with over 20,000 very positive user reviews, so for whatever reason, this is a very well-liked game. So a game that I've talked about in the past now gets an official release date with the game as Dusk Falls. This is truly a full-blown story title with a ton of branching storylines. That basically means when you play one way and your friend plays the same game, there's gonna be tons of different stories between both you guys, as you'll be choosing between tons of different things and you'll get tons of different results, and more than likely those results won't be the same from you and your buddy. So it's really a deep story title, and we won't wait long for this one. It is headed to Game Pass and launches on July 19th. Alright, our last game on this list was a game that dropped some time ago as a stealth drop in House Flipper. I've gotten to play this myself. If you like simulator games, only you like to buy and fix up houses and resell them, this is definitely going to be your thing. You can do things from the plumbing to painting to gardening to even extermination. If you have a bug problem, you buy the tools, the furnishings, and the decor, and just enjoy this house flipping simulator. It's a fun game. I've really enjoyed it in the past, and it's also a good way if you have a lady in your life to get her into video games, as this might be fun for them. I'm glad to see it's available on Game Pass, and it's now available to play. As always, guys, some games come and go every single month. On July 15th, this list of titles on the screen will be headed out, but you do have the option to buy these games for 20% off. If you guys want to know some of the biggest Xbox Game Pass games headed our way this year, make sure you check the video on the top left.